Is Grim gone?
He left to go get beer, yes.
Okay, we can start.
I can still hear you.
Fucking ass. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Cog Pod. This is episode 9, and I am back. Woohoo! I missed episode 8 last week, which was very sad for me because 8's my favorite number.
Drink.
Ours too.
Oh. So this week we have the usuals. We got Totra.
Hello.
We got Grim.
No.
Damn it. We got Nick.
Hi there.
So we're just going to kind of talk about some random shit today. We don't really have anything specific planned.
We are going to talk about food.
We are going to talk about food.
Yes.
But that's because it was also Thanksgiving in America. You didn't have it in Canada. We had it.
No.
You already
month
had
ago.
yours.
I want another.
We'll get to that.
Too bad.
What did you do this week, Lucas?
I worked for a few days. I had a 4-day weekend. Well, in the middle of it. Woohoo!
Yeah.
4.5
day. You got off early.
Yeah, I got off a little early one day too. It's very relevant to the podcast. And played some games. Kind of.
You've been playing
mobile.
like only Pokemon.
I've been playing mobile
Catch out of
games.
the bag.
Yeah. Mainly the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius on my phone, and then.
Well, that's all you play.
Yeah, and then I got Pokemon Moon.
Okay, so here's my question. Everybody got Pokemon Moon. So what's the difference between Sun and Moon? Why were there two different ones?
There's always two different ones.
There's always two. You just get
money
different-
grab.
Well, yeah, there's an X and Y, like there was X and Y, there's white and black, there was white, black, 2,
Why?
whatever. Because they have
Red, blue.
Yeah, the very beginning was red, blue, and then they had a yellow they added, and then they had fire red and leaf green, and it's always been that way. Yeah, Soul Silver and Heart Gold, and before.
Is it like
Silver
one
and
version is good
No.
characters and one is like mean baddies? Or
No,
what?
no, they just have different Pokemon you can catch in each one. There's usually a handful of exclusives for each one, and depending on your preference, usually. Sometimes there are some that are better than others.
So you know ahead of time which ones are going to be where?
Yeah, if you look it up.
Okay.
Well, if you look it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you buy both of them?
No.
Some
I
people
don't.
do.
So definitely people do.
Okay.
Like, there are collectors out there.
But, so is it like the same storyline but just different Pokemon?
I believe so, actually, and then just the legendary one.
This one is.
Yeah.
The others, they actually had like different enemies and stuff that you would fight, like Team Omega and Team whatever.
Team Alpha and
Is
Omega.
Team Rocket still around?
Or
Not in this one. It's Team Skull.
well, yeah, and they're pretty funny.
Yeah, they're
They're
gangsters.
They're good.
So it's like the whole time we were at Thanksgiving with the family, it's like we're all talking and Luke's over in the corner with his Pokemon.
That is not even how it was at all. But
And then we stayed up.
That's what I would do.
We stayed over at the family's like overnight, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep now. And so he plays Pokemon in bed for like 4 more hours until 3 a.m.
Good man.
yeah.
Good.
That's way too early to go to sleep.
I do go to bed pretty early. I'm like an old lady. What'd you do this week, Nick?
This was the start of fishing season here, lobster fishing season. So my other job is that we deliver Vachon cakes. So basically all day, every day, slinging cakes, $12,000 worth in a day, which is a lot of fucking cakes.
Whoa.
What kind of cake?
Yeah, it's a lot of cake.
Is it like
So
a
it's like
Twinkie?
Little Debbie, basically, like something like that.
Oh.
Kind of
What-
like that.
What does that have to do
different.
with lobster?
Fishermen only eat candy.
Is that... I feel like you're fucking with me.
Not really. I mean, if I sold $12,000 of cakes in a day, they must be eating a lot of cakes. But
So
Yeah, that's
wait.
a lot.
You don't go sling lobster. You're selling them cake? I got
Yes.
really confused. Okay.
So he sells them to the stores,
Right.
and they go to the stores and buy them. So he's selling $12,000 to his route.
yeah,
To like a convenience store.
So the fishermen really like
A
cake.
bunch of them.
yeah. Fishermen only
Yes.
eat candy.
Also, secondary question.
Mhm.
Isn't the water frozen this time of year?
Global warming.
Seawater doesn't really freeze except like in the Arctic and Antarctic.
He's not that far north.
Okay.
He's like just east of Maine.
Okay. The Maine is frozen.
Maine
waters.
is our
Well, I guess not the
competitor for this.
ocean, lakes,
Yeah,
do,
the
but
lakes
not the
freeze.
ocean.
You get like
Yeah,
Arctic
like
ice
freshwater
shelves.
freezes easy, but saltwater does not.
Ooh, Nick,
So science.
send me some of your cakes, and I will review them on the podcast for you.
Nick could just eat them.
Why wouldn't I just?
Because you need secondary opinions.
Yeah, it would take like 3 months for you to get those cakes.
I know
That's
they would be
right.
out of date by the time they fucking got here.
No,
Newman.
there
I
are
was
like
so
6 months dates
confused.
on them now.
I was so confused when I saw the art
They're-
for the
they're
last
fine
episode.
anyway.
When I saw the art for the last episode and I saw Newman, I was like, what the fuck does he have to do with anything they were talking about? I was so confused. I'm
You
glad
didn't
that
listen to the
explained it.
podcast, or
No,
you
I
didn't
did.
watch Seinfeld,
I did.
one or the other.
I didn't watch Seinfeld.
Just didn't make the connection that it was
Oh,
male.
okay.
I didn't watch Seinfeld either.
I knew
so
who
it's
the
okay,
characters were, but I didn't really
Yeah.
like the show.
I always remember seeing a show where they go visit him in the mailroom, and they're just like shaking things, opening stuff.
Didn't they
eating
hate
stuff and
him, like,
stuff.
actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
The
didn't
best,
like
the
him.
best mailroom episode of anything ever was the Always Sunny in Philadelphia, when Charlie and Mac got a job in the mailroom. And you remember that?
No.
And Charlie was like,
I never saw
went off on a conspiracy theory the whole time and went nuts
that's a
down
good
there.
show,
It was like
man.
setting a barrel of mail on fire and just went absolutely insane.
I don't remember
I
that
think
at
that's what
all.
happens at my mail
Yeah.
place.
You don't remember that?
No.
Oh,
It
that was such a
must.
great
we
one.
need to rewatch that whole series.
Oh, that was such a
anyway.
great episode.
Sorry, we got off on a tangent, Nick. What else did you do?
That's it. There's no time otherwise.
Just cakes.
Selling
Like
cake.
it's super
cake.
busy this past week and next week, and then it gets real slow again. So
Are you off on the weekends for your route?
yeah, I don't do anything on the weekends.
Except this. What
This.
up?
Oh yeah, this this is my
It
other
was
job.
weird
other
because
job.
last week, not doing the podcast, I had that feeling like whenever you forget to do something, I was like, what did I not do that I was supposed to do? It was
I cannot believe that you abandoned us. Like what the hell?
You guys did fine on your
It
own.
was so
I
scary.
cried the whole time.
Oh, Lord. What did you do last week, Grim? Oh, I already know you worked, and then you also worked, and then worked again.
And then played Pokemon.
Yeah.
I bet you grilled
Actually-
something.
I grilled some steak yesterday because I knew I was going to have a crappy day, so I bought a steak at my first stop.
A sadness steak.
A
Sadness
sadness
steak.
steak.
Oh, it's like a little steak with a sad face on it. Oh.
No, it was because I knew I was going to have a really shitty day.
The
Because
holidays
we
are
don't
like
work
that.
Thanksgiving, so we have to like make up for all the stuff that people buy prior because people drink a lot for Thanksgiving because
Those
they have to deal with their
bastards.
families.
So then, like, prior to Thanksgiving, you're like overstocking, and then you have to go back, and it's
Yes.
already all empty because everybody bought it and drank it
Yep.
all already.
And we have to dig through all of our pre-deliveries and everything, so we like have less deliveries, but we deliver more.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
Like one of our competitors, I guess, on one day delivered $10,000 of beer in one day.
Good Lord, America's a bunch of damn
So,
alcoholics.
Beer's more expensive than cake, though. So
Yeah,
That's
it
true.
is. So,
True.
so his cakes, you have to think like how many boxes of cakes he has to be selling.
But the fishermen aren't getting drunk on cake.
You also have to convert that
No,
to
they
Canadian money.
they can't drink though.
yeah, that's right too.
Oh,
Remember, that's like 16,000 Canadian
Sugar
dollars.
high.
10,000, something like that.
I just thought of something, Grim. Both of our delivery careers rely on people's sadness.
Wait, are you saying that fishermen are sad?
I would be.
No, they're
Just-
busy, but like during the rest of the year, it's people who can't afford regular food, so they buy cake and.
Oh, it's like
You
single
know.
ladies.
Well, I think it's more like I don't know.
Yours
single,
is definitely sadness.
Yeah, mine is
Sing-
definitely sadness.
Or happiness.
single ladies with a lot of cats, or like men that live in their mom's basements. Like those are the target audiences. I feel like.
Yeah.
Probably.
Wait for both of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
kinda.
both.
I'll tell you what, fishermen also love your product.
Yeah, but they shouldn't. Well, I guess the
They
only person
probably
that matters
still
is the
drink
person
while they're
driving.
fishing.
Yeah.
I'm
they're not-
sure
I
they
know,
do.
I
Not
really
driving
don't
the
think
boat.
they do. It's super dangerous, so I don't think they do.
Well, maybe at night, like when they're in the.
Autopilot.
Yeah. No, not
I mean,
Yeah.
have you ever seen that show where they're freaking fishing? It's crazy.
the
Oh,
deadliest
you mean
catch.
the one with the crabs and stuff?
Yeah, the crabs.
I
Yeah,
have no
it's not
idea.
that
Sure,
bad
it's
around
not-
here, but
I'm sure it's not that intense, but I'm sure it's still like unsettling.
Deadliest
Yeah.
Catch, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Mm.
Anyway,
But
so
yeah.
this week, I didn't really do, well, that's not true. I worked really, really hard for 3 days, which is like not typical for me. Like, I don't really work super
Is that
hard
the
at my
maximum
job.
or the minimum?
That's the maximum. And it was like,
Oh,
I did
okay.
really good too. So I rocked it this week at work. And then we had Thanksgiving. And my birthday was on Thanksgiving this week.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank
With
you.
an F.
So, birthday. It all kind of ties into this question I'm going to ask you guys that we got from, Dino on our hashtag.
It's Dino.
Dino.
Always.
He, would like, since it's Thanksgiving themed and this is the Gobble Till You Wobble podcast, he wants to know, what are we thankful for? So, for me, like everybody says, oh, I'm thankful for my family and my friends and blah, blah, blah. We all know that, okay? Like, so get more specific.
Wow,
So
rude.
what I'm thankful for is really strong margaritas, Taco Bueno. Other establishments are available, but they're not as good. We're going to go there like literally when the podcast is over because they're having like a Black Friday special.
You mean because that's all you eat?
Well, because it's the best.
Yeah.
And then I'm also
It is
thankful.
tacos a lot.
I'm in Texas, so I'm also thankful for TV shows that I like having like marathons of them because I don't really do anything but apparently eat burritos and watch TV.
Seems legit.
That is legit. It's too legit. In
Hey, we
fact.
said tacos, not burritos.
I prefer burritos.
But if you want to clarify it,
I'm clarifying. I prefer burritos, and I'm very thankful for
Okay.
burritos.
Good.
What are you thankful for, Grimsby?
this delicious beer that I'm drinking,
Ooh,
Okay.
what are you drinking?
New Belgium Accumulation. It's a white IPA.
Accumulation.
I prefer condensation.
Did you say accumulation?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
like it's their winter seasonal.
See, it's a Belgian white.
I got you.
Yes. What?
Interesting.
No. It's a white IPA.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
So it's like,
You gotta listen.
so is it more like is it like an IPA version of a Blue Moon or something like
Yeah.
that?
Kind of. So think of an IPA and then cut back on it.
Okay. Does it have that kind
Basically.
of, that spice kind of like the Hoegaarden or the Blue Moon has? That kind of flavor?
Mm,
No?
no. No.
Grim, are you also thankful for ramen? Like really good ramen.
I mean, I am, but I have no fresh ramen here.
Why don't you don't have
or
it
not
there,
fresh,
but-
but like
thankful in life for it.
no.
What else are you thankful for
He's
besides
only thankful
beer?
for things that are in front of him right now that he has.
I'm thankful for this podcast because it's okay.
Oh,
Wow, that's like a lot coming from you.
I know. We
Yeah,
should stop
it
poking
really
him.
is.
Stop poking him.
I like,
He's
I
gonna
like-
turn on us.
but I like doing this. For
what
now.
What are you thankful for, Lucas?
For you.
Shut up.
I was waiting for that.
I don't know. Job and all that cliche shit.
Pokemon.
What's one random thing that you're thankful for that's not the typical stuff?
All my computer stuff,
Okay,
because without it, I'd be bored a lot.
it's true.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. Just stuff that entertains me.
Okay, I can get with that. Nick, I know it's not Thanksgiving for you, but what are you thankful for?
We didn't
I'm
ask him
still
on his
thankful.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Damn
He's
it.
just a month late. That's all.
Yep. No, he was a
Anyway.
month early.
Yeah, I was a month early. I was
sorry.
completely
Whatever.
thankful. Grimmy Source stole one of mine. I was going to say this podcast, but
Well, obviously.
Ooh.
yeah. In general, though, I'm pretty grateful for everything. I got it pretty good. I mean,
You
I'm
kind of seem like
healthy.
a super happy dude, like pretty much all the time.
I am
He's
most
Canadian.
of the time. That's right.
That's racist.
You know, I got it good. I'm healthy. My family's healthy. I got a good job and stuff like that. All my enemies died this year. You know,
Throw that in there.
What could I complain about?
I didn't know that Florence Henderson and Fidel Castro were your enemies.
I was gonna say,
They
so
were.
Florence Henderson's your enemy. No, Fidel Castro died yesterday. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I
just
actually
said
didn't,
it.
so that's news to me.
Yeah, and then Florence Henderson died on Thanksgiving, so it's like, you know how the rule of three is 3 famous people die all at the same time?
Who's next?
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
we
I
gotta
know who's
figure out
next.
who's next.
It's Nina
someone-
Dobrev.
I'm so scared.
Nick, why would you say such a thing?
Someone
It's gonna be
from
one
the
of
Brady
us.
Bunch died.
That was Florence
That's
Henderson.
what we just said.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't
You
know
don't know the
Brady
names,
Bunch.
I know,
don't
it's
watch this.
Do you know the funny thing about the Brady Bunch and Addams Family and the Munsters and all those shows?
What?
When I was growing up, like sometime around in the 80s there, that's all that was on TV, and I thought those shows were happening at that time. But it was like decades before that, but that's all there was on TV here.
It's like Mork
So-
and Mindy and
Oh my
was
god,
there
that stupid
and
show.
Happy Days with the Fonz,
I
Oh,
didn't
God.
like that show
all
at
this
all.
stuff. And that's what was going on. So there was like no new TV in Canada at that time that I know of.
so the freaking cliches of you guys get everything 15, 20 years later in Canada are so
It's like
Kinda true.
legit.
True.
But
The
I wonder
80s
if
came.
it has something to do with our outlook, because we're like getting all our entertainment from a more wholesome time.
Sure.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know, maybe that affects us
I want-
somehow.
I want you guys to have a legit, like, prediction of who's going to be the next celebrity to die. And I, at random, am picking Lou Ferrigno because I saw the Hulk poster right there.
That's
So,
fucked up.
That's my guess.
That is fucked up.
We're supposed to. You want us to guess who's gonna die?
Yeah, predict who's going to die next. It'll be a fun game.
Well, I
Don't
I
say
don't
Nina
know anyone
Dobrev.
famous,
Don't
so
curse Nina Dobrev.
Michael Clark Duncan,
Who the fuck is that?
Oh no!
the big black
Don't.
dude from
Wait,
Green Mile.
did he not die already?
that's racist.
Oh, God.
man,
Are we going to
did he die already?
Jesus.
All right, keep going, guys.
I think
I'm
he
gonna look.
died already.
Oh,
Oh crap!
oh,
He
damn
did
it,
die.
Lucas.
That's why I
That's
thought
so
of him. That
sad.
Oh my god.
was 4 years ago.
Oh, we are so far behind up on current events. You,
I think
you
we,
heard
I
it
think
here
we should
first.
stop.
You heard it here first.
Don't come here for your news. All right,
That's
you
why
gotta
I-
pick again, because that's
I guess-
not fair.
I guess I thought for a reason that it was going to be him. Oh, that's fucked up. All right, come back around to me. That was
We're
my-
laughing.
Nick,
and this
Nick,
is
pick
awful.
one.
Geez.
They don't have to be
Same.
old.
This is awful.
Say it again, Nick.
I'm gonna say it again. And just so you know, I don't like losing, so watch out whoever I choose. No, just kidding.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Who?
Mickey Rourke.
Oh,
Damn
that's
it,
a
you
good
didn't
guess.
say it
That's
again.
a good guess.
That is a good question. Who did you think he was going to say?
He already said it once.
Who, Nina?
Don't curse her.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
The
Do you know
last
what
time I
happened
made
in
a
my
joke
life?
like that,
My life would shut down.
They
the
died.
the last time I made a joke like that, Chris Farley died like the
Oh.
next
Oh my
day.
god, I blame you now.
You
I
were
was
like,
real upset about that.
you were like 12.
Huh? No, I wasn't. Thank you for that.
You
but
were an
I wasn't
asshole.
12.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Grim, pick somebody.
I think
I
the
don't
Yogscast
know anyone
predicted Paul
famous.
Walker.
That's true. You didn't even know who Florence Henderson was.
You know who famous people are. Come on.
No.
Why don't you choose my choice then?
Because I can't do that.
Because Amanda would be
That
very
would
angry.
that would crush people's dreams and hopes and everything.
I know. Maybe one
Donald
day.
Trump.
Oh, that would be
Yeah, there
wonderful.
we go.
Oh, you
I
can't
think
say that.
I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, you guys probably go to jail if you say that kind of thing.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so let's skip over all that.
Yeah, that was a shitty question.
Sorry, it just was random. I didn't even have that like planned or anything.
Probably for a reason.
So, because it was Thanksgiving, also we want to talk about food. Nick said that he had some stuff he wanted to ask us about. So, what's up, Nick? What do you want to know about food?
Or talk.
Well,
What do you want to talk about?
I have some questions for you guys because I know at least 75%, maybe 100% of us here are foodies.
Yeah.
So do you like to cook, Amanda?
No, I like to bake.
Oh, okay. That's such a girl
That's
thing.
kind of
That's
cooking.
good.
Well, it's
It
like
is cooking.
you can't really mess up with baking because there's like an exact amount of everything, so it's not like I can really fuck it up too bad as long
Well,
as I follow
you
the
can
recipe.
mess it up.
That's
if you
closer to
follow
a science, though.
anything.
So
It is. That's what it is.
Yeah, but cooking is like an art form, whereas baking is more scientific.
True.
yeah.
Luke likes to
some
cook.
people have science brains and some people have art brains.
I don't
So
have
it
a
is.
science brain, that's for sure. It's just I want to be able to follow it and not mess it up. So having an exact recipe is better for me.
And that's more of just experience than anything
Yeah, I
else. You know, once you get more comfortable with cooking methods and learning how much, changes something in a dish, then you'd probably be better at cooking than baking. Because you are very
But
Luke's
you
an
live
art
with
one.
like Gordon Ramsay, so you.
I know. He's like the artsy chef.
Yeah, I do yell a lot.
I think this will taste good with this. Let's just
Not
try
as
it
much
out
as
and
me.
see.
No, that's
What are
not
you
Gordon
doing with that
Ramsay.
knife, you donkey?
Yeah,
He doesn't
exactly.
let me use knives.
I do too.
No, you don't.
I teach you how.
I cut
I,
myself
uh,
on. Wait, you guys. I cut myself on aluminum foil once. That's not even a
I've
joke.
done that.
Oh,
That's
my.
not a
Are
Is
joke.
you
that like
serious?
paper cut
Yes.
though, or
Aluminum foil is no joke.
If you get the heavy duty aluminum foil, it's like
Ugh.
it's like a razor.
Just got to chill.
Is it like a cardboard cut? Nick, do you know about
Yes.
cardboard
Oh.
cuts?
Yes, I
Yes,
know
they're
all about it.
terrible.
It's just like that.
well, between your thumb and your finger, you got that crease
Stop
there.
that
No,
webbing.
no. Nick, don't go any further. I don't want to hear
No,
about it. I can
no,
feel
it's
it
not
in
a
my
bad
mind.
thing. No, it's
Ooh.
not.
He's
We
a
have
liar.
to open boxes a lot and stuff like that. So I literally that's the hardest, most damage resistant part of my body.
Oh, it's all calloused.
Oh, it's calloused up.
Kind of calloused, and yet nothing bad.
How
can
do you
happen to
open
it.
boxes?
I just jam my thumb into it and rip.
Oh,
Use the
I'm
box
thinking like
cutter.
how I open boxes. No, because they have like a slight, like you can get your fingers in there.
Yeah.
Well, these are ones that are like made to be opened.
Oh,
Like they
okay.
got perforations in them. But the thing I was going to say about the knife thing is I never let anyone I know listen to this podcast because I make fun of people a lot. But
Oh,
this is
they'll
legitimate.
Someday.
The most crucial thing to learn if you're going to get into cooking is how to handle a knife.
That's
So
real.
someone asked me one time she wanted to come over and learn how to cook. So I said, okay, you come over. We'll cook my favorite chili chicken. Everyone likes it. And I'm like, okay, I want you to cut up this. And she's over there. And she had this technique where right before she brought the knife down, she'd stick her fingers under it, then pull them out again.
Oh,
Like something
whoa.
almost like that.
why?
I don't know. No, I don't think they ever learned how to use a knife. And I actually had to take the knife away from them and say, no, you can't do this. You got to do something else because I can't
Oh,
handle this.
man.
We're far from the hospital.
Oh my
Seriously. There was
But
one
that's
time
advice.
like-
Learn how to use a knife.
Luke
Mhm.
has super professional knives from being in culinary school, and like the one knife that almost looks like it's not a cleaver, like the square knife. What kind of knife is that called?
I think it's a nikiri.
Sentoku?
No,
I don't know.
sentoku's the kind of fat,
They're sort of rounded.
rounded edge
So
one.
the
That's
square
my favorite
knife.
They
the
call
really-
them vegetable knives, or I think it's a nikiri. If I remember right.
It's unbelievably sharp. So like I was putting it back in its sheath. I wasn't even using it. I was putting it back in its sheath,
It's a nikiri.
and it cut me, and it is so sharp that the cut didn't even hurt.
That's how it's supposed to
No. Yeah.
And so Luke was like, "You're banned from knife, please. You need to learn
Sharper
knife
knives are
techniques."
safer.
be. They are.
Yeah, they really are.
Much safer. Like, think about cutting a tomato with a dull knife
Yeah, I
and how
know.
it rolls around on it.
It cut
and-
right through my finger, and I didn't even feel it. I was like, "Oh shit, I am bleeding."
Yeah.
Didn't even hurt.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
it throbbed later, but at the time, I didn't even feel it.
I've been cut more times cleaning a knife and putting
Than
one
using
away
it.
than using one.
Oh, sorry, we got off
Mm.
track. What were your actual questions?
No, this is good conversation because
No, this is
definitely,
part of this. This is good.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
definitely
Knife techniques is
Knife
number
techniques
one.
are like the first thing we learned. In
He's
culinary
trying to
school.
teach me like how to chop vegetables and stuff, and I'm trying. I'm getting better at
Yeah.
it, but it's actually a lot more involved than you think it is to
Yeah.
do it properly.
Yeah, there's
it's
a book that I got that's just about how to use a knife, and it's not a small book.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, our first class, basic, was probably more than 50% of it was about knife
Nice
cuts.
technique.
And then we got graded on them later in different classes based
Didn't-
on presentation.
Didn't you
and-
say your favorite class that you took was the meat class?
Yeah, meat fab.
Meat fab, where you're cutting meats and learning.
Meat fabrication. Yeah, learning different cuts and how to clean up different cuts and stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
These hands
Oh,
are
that's pretty
certified by the
Are they?
National Weights and Measures. No, they're not.
Trust me,
That's something
buddy.
that you say when you're cutting meat.
Shh, they are certified by the amount of money we're paying back on them student loans.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
So this sort of leads into my first question: is how did each of you get interested in cooking?
Food Network.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What was
I'm
it for you,
serious.
really? When you were little?
No, like when I started watching like a lot of infomercials and stuff when I was in middle and high school.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably what started it, because I would always stay up till 1, 2 in the morning and be watching like the Ronco Set It and Forget It, you know, and stuff like
The
that. And,
chop.
yeah, and there were always food infomercials, and I started watching those, and then I started watching Emeril a lot back in the day.
I hated him.
He was the first kind of big Food Network celebrity, right? I mean,
Bam!
yeah,
Ugh.
and I started watching that a lot and getting more into cooking. And then I remember it was when I lived in Hays, Kansas. This is probably 2004. Yeah, it's 2004. And I was doing a lot more with food, like watching more Food Network and cooking stuff, and ended up, I think I saw like a late night infomercial for, the Cordon Bleu culinary schools and got information on it. And
What
ended up
year
going.
did you do it? I thought
That's
it
when
was
it was.
much earlier than
No,
that.
this is 04. I started in April 2004
Oh.
and graduated in 2005.
I thought it was like straight out of high school. That's what you did first.
You know I didn't.
No, I don't.
I went to school for a year in Oklahoma when I was in.
You went to school for a year like everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like
Gotta
3
test the water.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was like 3 years after I
Oh.
got out of high school.
I liked the Food Network a lot, but I'm not really interested in cooking. I don't really have an interest in doing it myself.
I was 22 when I was down in culinary
Okay.
school.
How about you, Grim?
I don't know. I just like to cook. I never follow any recipes. I never really. Once in a while, I'll look something up if I don't know what I'm doing with what type of meat. Or
So has it just
whatever.
always been this way? Like
Yeah.
You just always loved it?
And you
Yeah.
grill more than anything, right?
Yeah, usually.
Grilling
Once
is
in
his
a while.
tacos.
Good grill master.
I don't know. It's nice because it just kind of, I can do whatever I want and I enjoy it.
Okay.
See, it's really
Oh.
cool. You guys don't see it if you're just a listener, but Grim shows us stuff he makes sometimes, and it always looks awesome.
Yeah.
Which
And
I think he's just trying to
that-
make us jealous. So
No, I just want you to want my food. That's all.
I do want it.
Whoa.
You can't have it.
I know.
You can't have my meat, Nick.
I
Damn
make
it.
really good desserts, but I mean, anybody can make a good dessert, really, as long as you follow the recipe.
Not really.
You don't think
I
so?
find I find sweets harder to make for me. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Because you can make them too sweet. Like, I love sweet food, but there's times I've tried to make something that's sweeter, and I'll mess it up, and I'll be like, wow, that's even too sweet for me.
But how do you mess it up if you have the recipe?
You don't use recipe.
I don't use a recipe. I never use a recipe. I just wing it.
Oh, well, that's not good. You're not supposed to wing baking.
Well, someone had to at one point.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but they're professionals.
not necessarily.
Not the first guy,
The first guy.
That's true.
Reginald Flawn.
What about you, Nick?
Reginald
I
Flawn.
hate you.
What made you get into like the whole food stuff, Nick? Because I know you had like even your website that's not like an actual real website, but it is a website.
Well,
It's a real website.
It's
It's
Well,
a
I
real
know,
website.
I'm
It's not
just
a real
saying, it's not a
restaurant.
real
Not a real
restaurant.
restaurant.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it is. Yes, it is. But anyway,
keep
Uh,
sending your emails.
keep sending your emails and booking requests. Holiday season's busy, so.
Jesus. What got you interested, though?
For me, I never even thought about it until after I was done university. Because I went to university in a big city from a small town, and there was all kinds of amazing foods, and I tried everything from like fancy places to the grungiest of places in Chinatown.
What big city was it? Where did you go to university?
Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Or Toronto, however.
Toronto.
Depends on if you
Toronto.
live there or you don't. You say it differently.
No.
But yeah, so right from where my apartment was, I could go and get any kind of ethnicity food, from Japanese to Greek to even Ethiopian, right from my apartment. Then later on, I moved back here, and the option is you can eat anything you want. It's chicken, fish, or steak, and how long do you want it deep fried?
Aw.
Wow.
You would think that Austin would have more options, and they probably do somewhere, but where we are, there's really not a huge variety of food.
Are you sure that's not your preference?
No, I think it's just because we're not in downtown.
Downtown.
Please, no, Luke, no. Luke, damn it.
Sorry.
Anyway, the end of the story is just that I had to learn how to make stuff for myself if I didn't want to eat deep fried food.
Yeah, if you wanted a variety, then you have to do it yourself.
True that.
Exactly. And then it just led into the fraudulent restaurant business. So that's my story.
I'm pretty picky when it comes to certain things, but other things I'm
food.
really not. Yeah, Italian, I'm really picky on. I won't eat almost anywhere else.
So that means we don't eat Italian pretty much ever.
Unless I make it. I make
Luke,
pasta.
how do you like your noodles?
No, that's the only thing is I don't make my noodles. I have, but
that's a lot of work.
That's actually really nice.
Do you like them al dente?
Yeah. To the tooth.
I do not.
That's picky.
That's what it means. Al dente. To the tooth.
I
like them super overcooked.
Yeah, I don't like them super squishy, and I don't like them.
You do
really
like them
al
al dente.
dente.
That's what it means.
I don't like them crunchy.
You like them.
Okay.
No, that's not al dente. Al dente means that
no. I'm saying
still
it's like
firm.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to cook it.
Yeah.
Quote.
Yeah, unless you like it mushy.
Yeah.
I like it mushy.
You're weird.
I have no teeth.
Just a wood pallet that you mash against with your tongue.
I got wooden teeth.
Those teeth were made of wool.
Do you ever get any splinters?
You do.
God. You guys have gotten so far off track.
I know. I'll go on to the next question.
Okay, go ahead.
What is each of your signature dish? What do you make best?
Ooh.
Amanda?
Since I don't cook, mine's baking, which would be 7-layer bars.
Oh yeah, that's probably good.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I can tell you Luke's.
Okay.
Go for
His
it.
is chicken.
Hold on.
Chicken Alfredo.
Can you explain those?
No, it's not.
Can you explain those 7-layer bars for me?
Yes. So you have the graham crackers is the bottom layer, and then
With
they
butter.
count butter as a layer.
That's a layer.
So then you put butter.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And then there's sweetened condensed milk, chocolate chips, peanut butter chips, or toffee. Like a lot of times I'll put toffee instead of peanut butter.
Butterscotch.
That's
Butterscotch, not toffee, butterscotch. And then, what was the other one? Oh, coconut, toasted coconut on top. Is that 7?
I don't know. Sounds right.
He was playing Pokemon, y'all. He was not even listening to what I was saying.
Wow, you're playing Pokemon.
No, I was trying to
not be.
I was trying to catch.
Jesus
I was trying to catch a. How do you say it? Gyarados.
Gyarados?
Spell it.
Sure. Gyarados.
Ghirardelli.
It's pronounced hero.
Gyarados.
His is pasta.
Yeah, but it's not chicken
specifically
Alfredo,
chicken,
quote unquote. It's probably like.
Your Alfredo sauce is your best.
Yeah, but it's not quite Alfredo. The one I do that it's a lemon cream sauce with artichokes.
So good.
And so it's basically just butter and garlic to start with. Sweat the garlic, and then add artichokes. That you chop up pretty, decently small, but you still want chunks. And then cream, lots of cream, and let that reduce down. And then at the end,
fresh
lemon juice, and Parmesan Reggiano, some sort of Parmesan blend.
The other thing you make that's like super duper good, but you only made it the one time, was whenever you stuff chicken breasts. What do you put in there?
That was actually, what's funny is I almost brought that up earlier because before I went to culinary school, when I was up in Hayes, I made that dish, and it was a cream cheese stuffed chicken breast, but you take cream cheese and then rosemary. I used to do rosemary, thyme, and sage, but it was a little much. So now I just kind of choose one herb. I want to use thyme is really nice because it's kind of a medium strength. Like rosemary's pretty strong, and so is sage.
Yeah, I feel like 2 would be good.
Yeah. And kind of herbs of your choice. Basically make a compound cream cheese. So you can put whatever you want in the cream cheese.
Is it just cream cheese though, or do you put anything else in there.
No, it's just cream cheese.
Oh.
But the cream cheese is mixed with herbs and whatever. Like you can do roasted red peppers in
that
there,
would be good.
or
But
garlic.
you have to be really
or-
careful because it's got to be like a thick chicken breast, and
Yeah.
then you've got to cut like a little pocket into
Yeah,
it.
you can't be using those frozen chicken breasts that you get
Doesn't
in a bag.
really work.
Like you have to buy fresh chicken breasts, and then you cut a pocket into it. I'm showing on my hands because everybody can see.
Yeah,
You
look
cut
at
it.
this.
You cut a pocket into it and stuff it, and then sear it on both sides. Finish it in the oven, and put that over
God,
a
it's
bed
delicious.
of
And then
the that pasta sauce.
you cut into it, and like the cream cheese just spurts out
It's
everywhere.
so good
it's
for you.
delicious.
Cream sauce and cream
I don't
cheese.
So
give a
good for
shit.
you.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit if it's good.
It's
for me.
actually
It
also
tastes good.
really good making that. Do a Madeira sauce. Everybody does like chicken marsala.
Yeah, your Madeira's
right?
good.
Like everybody knows about chicken marsala. It's like the big thing that you see on and stuff. Have you ever had it with Madeira wine instead of marsala wine?
No.
I have
Try
not.
it.
No.
Try it. It's another fortified wine. It's kind of
It's less strong though.
it's a different flavor than marsala. Marsala is more like a kind of a sherry, kind of brighter
Yeah,
flavor. Madeira is kind of a
oakier.
Yeah.
It's woodsier.
nutty.
Yeah,
It's almost almondy kind
You
of.
haven't made
would
that in a
appeal
long
more to
time.
me.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good.
So you basically just do like garlic and shallots, or onion, whatever, with a little bit of butter,
Making me hungry.
and then deglaze the pan with Madeira wine.
Deglaze the fuck out of the
Oh
pan.
yeah, deglaze the fuck. and then you honestly, that's about it. You let that reduce down to it comes almost like a sauce consistency, and then take it off the heat and do a little bit of mounting with butter.
You should link.
It's called Montabur.
You should link some of your recipes at some point.
I just
to the
kinda wing 'em
podcast. Well, I know,
normally,
but
but-
like the base of it.
But yeah, do that. And then, the best way to do it is to sear the chicken off first. Like, do that stuffed chicken, sear it off, take it out of that pan, and then put it in like another dish in the oven to finish. And then use that pan with the butter and garlic and shallots.
The
and
drippings.
then deglaze the chicken stuff into there also. And then make the
And
sauce.
I'm all
make
about
a
using
pan
as few
sauce.
pans as possible. So that's
Yeah. Well, you can also just finish it in the oven and then take the chicken out and then do the sauce in the same pan afterwards.
What's your signature one that you do, Nick?
Well, I'm not going to talk about the one I think I do best because I keep mentioning it, the chili chicken. My most requested ones are one I learned when I was in New York, which is sausage bread. And then the other one is creme brulee.
Sausage bread.
What is sausage bread?
Tell us.
Well, it's pretty easy. You just take hot Italian sausage, you have some chili flakes, some broccoli, cheese, eggs. You sort of cook that all together and do it up in homemade pizza dough. Slice the top, bake it, and there you go.
Interesting. Do you have like a
So-
dipping sauce?
Nope. You just
You
eat
just
it
eat
like
it
that.
like that? Oh.
Yeah, and it's of course like most things better reheated even, so people take slices to work
What
or
is
wherever.
your okay? So you said chili chicken, and that sounds like I'm from Texas, and when I think of chili, I think of like a beefy, meaty sauce. So explain what chili chicken?
No, you're talking about like chili peppers?
Yeah, chili peppers. Like it has
Oh.
the Thai green chilies in it. It
Okay.
has a lot of chili powder with it, and it's super hot, and it's got a really thick dark sauce on it because you use dark soy instead of the regular soy.
Do you serve it with
Interesting.
rice or what?
Yep,
Okay,
yep, and that's what I like making best, and I think I do it really well.
ship
And then,
that
of course,
down
it would probably last because spices are for preserving originally anyway, like hot spices.
here. That's
Right.
true.
But anyway, the other most requested one was creme brulee. I make it a little different with whipping cream instead of the regular cream, and I use the actual vanilla bean
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and all that kind of
Do you
stuff.
have like
and
a
I was,
little miniature flame torch thing?
Yep, I do.
Yeah, we
and I
have
had
them too.
ramekins and stuff like
Miniature.
that.
You know, Nick has an industrial size one.
Yeah, backpack with what's this Ghostbusters thing?
Ghostbusters
Flamethrower.
backpack of flame.
Yeah. Also, instead of white sugar, I use brown sugar.
Yeah.
That
on the
sounds
top.
good.
I use
I'm
I
not
mean,
a
these
fan
aren't big
of-
changes.
I'm not
No.
a real big fan of creme brulee.
Well, creme brulee typically is heavy cream and milk in the base. You make almost like a creme anglaise, kind of like you make ice cream almost. But it's a cooked custard, and so
Yeah.
you have egg egg in it.
I don't like custard.
Yeah, I know you
stuff.
don't like flan and stuff.
Oh, that's gross.
But no, creme brulee. I used to do a.
A lot of people request that from you.
Yeah, I used to do a trio of creme brulees. I would do a mocha one. So I would.
That one was actually really good.
So I would do the creme brulee base, and then I'd split it into 3. One of them I would do with coffee, like espresso, because you don't want to dilute it, so you want super potent espresso in there. And then I would do a ganache and put it on the bottom of the dish, freeze it, so it didn't like mix in with it.
Yeah, it didn't melt.
So a thin chocolate ganache on the bottom, frozen, and then you pour it in and bake it, and you have like chocolate crust on the bottom almost of it. And then do one with Grand Marnier in it, or any kind of orange liqueur mixed in, and then do frozen raspberries in it.
It sounds like it'd be a really good holiday thing, this trio here.
And then the third one's just classic vanilla bean.
Maybe we should do that for Christmas this year, take it to your parents.
I'm sure we could. I
think a lot of people haven't had it with the actual bean, like people probably cheat with the
They don't use
simulated
the vanilla
stuff.
bean.
That's with a lot of desserts, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. People ask about it so much, so I gave away my ramekins. I was so tired of making it.
What?
Yeah, I was like, here, you can keep these ramekins since you like it so much. I suggest you learn how to make it.
I ended up buying a set of 8 of like the restaurant ones, the white, like 4,
and then we have 2
4
bigger
inch
ones, right?
Yeah, and then we have 2 or 3 of like big boat
The big
ones that I used to do for like parties.
What do you make anything else special, Nick? Or is that your main ones?
I guess that's my main ones. I mean, I try to do as much variety as I can. Also, Thai fried fish rice. I like.
That sounds good.
Yeah, this is where I started using cilantro more, which is like my favorite thing. So,
Okay.
A lot of cilantro in Mexican cuisine also down here.
yeah, it goes really good with fish. I find of any kind almost.
Dill is probably my favorite with fish.
Dill with fish.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Dill and lemon.
Grim,
chives are good in chowders, seafood chowders, and stuff like that.
What about me?
what you
It's your
grilling
turn.
on? What you make?
I'm just getting hungry over here. That's all.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying, and we're gonna go eat after this. So
Yeah, we're
tell
gonna
me,
go straight to
tell
eat.
me what you make. What's your favorite?
So, I love grilling, but I think curry's my favorite thing to make, which it's really easy, and I cheat when I make it because I use like the pre-made brick or whatever.
Yeah, so curry
What is this?
growing up here or in Kansas was like non-existent.
It's not
You don't
existent
see
here.
it anywhere in
Yeah,
the Midwest,
We
South.
don't have curries here.
And it's so big, like everywhere else, everywhere overseas, and then in the East Coast and North, and people are always talking about curries.
Yeah, we don't have it. We don't have that in Texas, really.
Have you not ever had it?
We do now. We have places are starting to show up. You're starting to see like boutique places, kind of like Tarka is one that's called Tarka.
Yeah, but you only ever see like the real basic, what we call curry in Texas is not what curries
Well,
really
those
are.
places are like those are actual Indian restaurants. Like it's a chain, but it's kind of like a mid high end kind of place, like I'd say middle end, kind of like you're seeing the places like Chipotle and Freebirds, to where you can go in and choose your stuff. And
But like in Texas, when you say curry, Texans typically think of just the yellow curry.
well, no, they
basic
have like
curry
4
sauce.
or 5 different. They have like garam masala,
But that's the one that most of us would think of.
Right,
As
like-
curry is just that.
like the generic curry powder you buy
Yeah,
from the store.
exactly. Like we don't know that there's
Yeah.
a huge variety.
But you
The
can
red
get like
curry powder.
Yeah, but if you go to the places like that, you can get like a
Oranges.
tikka masala, and you can choose lamb or beef or chicken. Or
So
whatever.
what
kind
kind
were
of
you
curry
talking
do
about,
you
Grim?
make, Grim?
Yeah, what do you do, Grim?
So I do meatless, and I use sweet potato instead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
it's actually really, really good.
That sounds
Um,
fucking delicious.
You do tofu too, don't you?
I don't use any tofu now.
Who was that? You, Nick, that made tofu?
Yeah, I have a few times.
I thought I saw
I'm-
one of you guys talking.
I might
about
have posted a picture of miso soup once that my friend made.
it. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so
you
that
did.
might have been it. So I use a Japanese curry like base. It's just a pre-brick that I cut up. I use like half of it.
Can you tell me what
And-
brand it is? Because my friend's been looking for those.
I can tell you later.
Okay, that's fine.
Once
You were not
season.
prepared.
That's all right.
No,
we'll post
not
it in the
prepared.
links.
But I mean, I just use all vegetables. There's no meat in it. I prefer meat, but my girlfriend doesn't. So we settled on sweet potato, which is fine.
It's a meaty vegetable.
And then I use jasmine rice to go with it, and
Mhm.
it just really works.
Nice.
Is your girlfriend a vegetarian?
She red meat upsets her stomach, so instead of using that, I'd rather not upset her stomach
Oh, okay.
because she could only eat like very little of it.
Okay. Well, that's thoughtful of you.
Yeah, I
Grim
try to
being
be
thoughtful.
sometimes. Just sometimes. I mean, other than that, cooking steak is honestly, to me, it's easy. I just do like 5 minutes each side. I throw a little oil on it. That's it.
Do you have a
Olive
favorite
oil.
cut of steak?
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the cut.
What's the one that we
I-
like?
The pity steak that I bought honestly was a lot fattier than what I'm used to. I used to buy one at our local one of our local grocery stores, but it's a small store, and they had $10. It was like a huge steak. It was like the size of my whole plate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Do you like it?
for $10.
Are you correct and choose to make it medium rare to rare?
Well, like I said, I do 5 minutes each side, so
Well, it depends on how
It's-
thick the steak is.
yeah.
And-
Well,
and
yeah,
your-
it's
and your heat.
it's rare to medium rare.
Perfect.
There you go.
Any
I like
darker
a nice
than
crust
that,
on it.
any darker than that, and you are incorrectly eating your steak.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's nice and
Sometimes
hot.
so.
Get a good sear on the outside. It doesn't sear juices in. It's false. It's just
no,
for flavor.
that-
It's just for
no.
that
What's that thing they
caramelization.
say on King of the Hill? What do we do if they ask for it well done? We politely ask them to leave.
Exactly. Exactly.
With ketchup.
Ugh, gross.
Oh man, no ribeye, bone-in ribeye is my favorite cut.
Yeah.
It's marbled, it's fatty a little bit. It's usually got some little fat pocket areas, but that's where the flavor is, man. Fat equals flavor. You learn that.
That's
early
right.
on. And
I actually cooked a steak that the fat tasted just like butter when I.
oh my god, and it's
I've
like
had
rib,
that once
perfect.
before.
ribeye is so good because it's also what prime rib is made of. By the way, if you didn't know, it's just cooked differently.
But
Like-
prime rib, like you eat it pretty much rare.
Yeah, and it's a prime rib is basically a ribeye roast is what
yeah,
it
it's
is.
big. It's
And
thicker.
it's the full roast of it, and then you cut them individually for steaks.
I love a good prime rib.
But ribeye has, I think, the perfect combination of meat and fat content, and then I like bone in personally, just for the flavor of it.
Flavor, savor.
And then I usually just do salt and pepper, or maybe just like a little bit of seasoned salt. I don't go too crazy with it.
Did you have other questions, Nick, or was
Nick didn't say what his favorite cut was.
I really don't have a preference, to be entirely honest. I know you'll kill me. Meat's not my favorite thing. I like vegetables and stuff like that more.
He wants
so-
my curry more.
You're
I
so
do want
weird.
that curry real bad.
I don't
Real
know
bad.
I don't know if I've had vegetables like
Ever?
this month.
It's a vegetable.
Beans are they're legumes, but they might fall into that.
You're a
family.
legume.
It's vegetable-like.
I
guess.
have some lettuce on my nachos sometimes. That's about it.
Tomatoes. It's a fruit.
I just not
Or tomatoes
not a
in
huge
your
fan.
burritos.
All right, let's move on.
What other
I
questions
do
you got,
have
Nick?
one trivia question,
Okay.
Ooh.
and I don't know how we're doing on time here, so
You're
I
fine.
can
You're
end with
fine.
this,
Luke's,
or- oh,
No,
Luke's
you're
good
fine.
with trivia, so he'll win whatever this question
I
is.
don't know.
Whoever gets this answer is the winner of the podcast today. So I want you to
Wow.
Okay.
think. Okay.
How do we buzz in? Just yell?
Just yell.
Just
just
do what we
say-
normally do and just
yeah, talk over each other.
Talk over each other.
spew out nonsense.
All right, go.
All right, here we go. This is for 2 points and bonus points if you get the second part.
Okay.
What is the flavoring for artificial raspberry called? Its scientific name, and where does it come from?
It comes from pomegranates.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
It comes from
Oh, I think you know.
a gland of an animal. Shit, is it a porcupine?
Nope.
It's I know it, or a
You're
platypus.
real
or something.
close though.
Yeah, it's the anal gland or some gland near the anus.
Well, now I'm
of
not
some
going to
sort
eat
of animal.
anything ever
I don't know the
made-
medical. I don't know the actual term for it though.
It's called Castorium,
Okay.
which gives you a hint what kind of animal it is if you know French anyway.
No.
No? It is beaver butt juice.
Beaver.
Ew, and
Excuse me?
that's like fake raspberry flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you see artificial raspberry flavoring, that's what you're getting.
Never again.
Yeah, but we eat
So
all
Luke,
kinds
you
of-
pretty much won.
I mean,
pretty
I remember that was a trivia fact, a little factoid I saw somewhere.
Yeah.
Luke always wins at trivia. Even when he's plastered, hammered, drunk, he still wins.
Especially when it's food.
No,
Yeah, I suppose.
I won a trivia at our housewarming party a couple years ago with Galapagos turtle was my answer.
Galapagos turtle was,
It was-
his drunken answer.
Because it was like turtle and tortoise in my head.
Excuse me?
It was right though. I knew it. And it was the world's like oldest land mammal or something or animal.
And then you like fell off
It's
the table
tortoise,
and
right?
fell down, and
Yeah.
we're like, well, I guess he wins.
yeah, Galapagos turtle.
And then he fell off
And I'll
the
fall off
table.
the chair.
Turtle. Toidle.
It was a toidle.
Yeah. I used to do trivia at bars quite a bit. It's fun times.
Yeah. Anything
No
else you
wonder
got
you're
for us,
drunk.
Yep.
I could probably fill like 30 shows with
Nick? Well, save
with
some
food
of it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Save
going to
some
save
of
some of
it.
it.
He's
I
going to
just
save
do
all
want
of
to
it.
do kind of a shout out since we're talking about
Okay.
trivia also.
Okay.
If anyone goes to nationalscientificstuff.org, I know a guy who's like one of the best artists I've ever seen, and he based a character in this sort of universe that he's created on one of my trivia answers, and the question was, what's the only animal who has 4 knees?
Okay.
Or something like that. Yeah, the only animal that has 4 knees.
Don't all
And I-
four-legged mammals have 4 knees?
It was something
Like a
that.
horse?
I don't know. It was the only animal that has. It was something to do with knees. And anyway, I was drunk, so I just screamed out, "Knee monster!"
Ugh, somebody Google that. That's disgusting. I bet there's
We're gonna need
pictures.
some
Maybe
fan
later.
art.
Somebody
There's
fact check
plenty
that.
of art on this stuff, so just go
Ugh.
to nationalscientificstuff.org. The artist is Lawrence Maberly, and he's awesome.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for the shout out and the questions. It goes right along with the gobble till you wobble theme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the knee monster actually looks like a 4-legged turkey. So
It's perfect.
Or a peacock, according to Grimm.
Peacock.
Hey,
Um,
you shut up. Turkeys
okay.
and peacocks look similar.
That's a behind the scenes right there.
Oh Lord. So I do have a movie review for you guys this week. I didn't
Okay.
last week because I wasn't here, but I saw it like
You were
a
here
week and a
in
half
spirit.
ago. Yeah. So I saw Shut In, and I realized, or Luke told me that I don't really give very good summaries, so I'm going to read to you like the really short little summary of the movie. So Mary Portman, who is played by Naomi Watts, is a widowed child psychologist who lives in isolation in rural Maine. So Nick, kind of like your area, and it was gorgeous. Like
In
all
where?
the pictures, Maine,
Oh, rural Maine.
rural Maine. What did I say?
Yeah, it sounded like romaine.
I thought it
I'm
meant
sorry.
Like where the lettuce comes from.
Oh God, no. Rural Maine. And it was beautiful. Like her house was huge and there's like so much snow. So anyway, so there was the horrific car accident that killed her husband and then left her 18-year-old stepson, Stephen, who was played by Charlie Heaton. Marvelous actor as well. So both of them really good. So the son was left bedridden and catatonic from the car accident, right? And so he was completely dependent on her. Like she had to pick him up and move him around and give him his meds and all that stuff.
Kill me.
Right, basically. So when one of her young patients, cause she has like this little side barn like next to her house in rural Maine where her patients will come. So she doesn't have to leave her house. Like her office is right there. So one of her young patients like vanishes and goes missing and she's convinced that his ghost is like living in her house or somewhere. And then like this really dangerous ice storm rolls in. So it takes a long time to get going because they're giving you like all of this
So
background
she's a very,
information.
very good medical doctor with good sense on you
Right.
know, about ghosts.
And the thing is, you guys remember when I did my review of The Shallows and it was just Blake Lively pretty much the whole time?
right.
So this one is also like that, but it's just Naomi Watts. Like you're with her, you're in it, you're just like pulled into her character and you really feel like it's you. And I watched it in the theater and it was so good. So it takes it a while to get going, but once it hits hard. And it's really, really probably the highest rated one I've done so far.
What?
Like legit.
Breaking new records every week.
So, I gave it 7.3, so it's slightly higher. 7.3 cog stars out of 8 stars. Go see the movie or see it when it comes out. It's really, really good. Psychological thriller. It's not a hack slash, but it's really, really good.
Now, I haven't seen it yet, but we're going to go watch The Arrival, I think. Or Arrival.
Yeah, we should do that.
I've heard it's
that sounds so
amazing.
good.
One that we did watch together here at the house so that we could get caught up was X-Men Apocalypse. And it's so terrible that whenever you look it up, here's the actual summary of it. Do you want me to read it to you? Okay. X-Men Apocalypse is a 2016 American superhero film based on fictional X-Men characters that appear in Marvel Comics. It's the 9th installment. That's literally all they say because
That's
it's
all
that
I can
bad.
say about it.
No, it was terrible.
just
I
facts.
gave it like 3 stars. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Which is sad because the first class.
Yeah, like First
movie,
Class was good.
or
What was
first
the
of the
second one
reboot.
called?
The second one was okay.
Days of Future Past.
It was kind of weird, but
It was okay, but
Yeah.
this one was just like jumping the shark, man. It was.
I'm sure it got 3 stars just because of the Quicksilver scene.
Well, and plus it was the third one. Well,
Quicksilver,
he's
yeah.
the only good thing about it is Quicksilver.
Yeah,
I
like
really
that-
like him.
That's
And
one
he's
of the
really
best
good
scenes
in
any
American
movie.
Horror Story.
yeah.
He's really good in that. I forget his name. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So it was just the problem with that movie was like the CGI was too much and I know you like her. What's her name? The one with the terrible outfit.
Olivia Munn.
So Olivia Munn, like she didn't even have a point in being there and she was wearing like 80s like thigh-high cut
Psylocke.
outfit. It was terrible.
Yeah, which was a kind of a classic X-Men villain, you know, she was.
And
but
she was terrible. She had like a whip. I'm like,
Yeah.
thanks for nothing.
Psylocke.
And then, like, the little scientist lady that's been in all of them, I finally realized, like, what the fuck is her point in any of these stupid movies?
She had really
has no point.
Like, she found it at the beginning, but then after that, there
That's
was,
it. Like, she's dressed up like one of them going with him. I'm like, what is she gonna do? Math? Like, how is she supposed to help you?
No, she's a woman.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so that one only got 3 stars, and you only need to watch it if you want to make sure you're completely caught up for Logan when it comes out.
Yeah.
That's the only
She's
reason.
workplace safety and internal affairs.
Oh, it's
Just gotta
terrible.
make sure everything's above
Well,
the board here.
she's supposed to be a CIA agent. But
She was
She didn't
pointless.
do
She is
anything in that
pointless.
movie. Like,
And she's beautiful, but she's just pointless. And
I
I didn't
like
read a book
the-
this segment, so we don't have a book review.
Oh,
'cause
no.
I've been lazy and I
Well,
didn't
why
read.
not?
Like, you guys told me you were gonna make me read, and I didn't read. I do have a question, though, for you guys. So, Wasabi, who we know does, like, all my cool,
yeah.
like, my hats and everything, he's, like, this graffiti artist. So, we want to do a CogPod shirt for just those of us that are the 4 of us in the actual podcast. But his, like, specialty is Pokemon characters. And so, if you had to pick a Pokemon character that embodies or represents the podcast.
God.
I don't know anything about Pokemon, so I can't answer, but what would you have to pick? And it would be on your shirt, representing, like it was,
Like
it's
each
going to say
person?
the Cog Pod, one Pokemon character.
No, in general.
Oh, that's
All
so
of
hard.
us.
Yeah, so it's got to
There's
embody
like-
the whole
there's like-
podcast.
There's
Maybe
so
we should-
many.
Maybe we should do like a poll for this.
There's too many options. You could do a
Well,
poll
no, I'm
with
not saying like
800
all of them. Like
options.
narrow it down to.
Okay, well, y'all narrow
to
it
a
down, and then
dozen.
we can do like
Yeah,
we can do a vote
There's
on
so
Twitter.
many. we
Yeah, I
just
don't
even
think
know.
this is something we could answer right now. And
Let's do that.
especially for something like that.
We'll come up with like a handful of options,
Okay.
and we'll do a poll on Twitter for it.
And then that way we can
we'll
make
link
our
it.
shirts.
We'll link it on the website.
We did
I'm
get
voting
our
for the
first.
3 little dick creatures.
That's not even a thing.
Wow.
Doug Trio.
It is a
with
They
the-
are. They're
Oh.
a thing. They're a
They're the
real
ones with the.
Pokemon.
They're
Well,
the
you
ones,
guys are 3 dicks, so that's appropriate.
Ah, there's the ones. They're the ones
Hey.
with the Bader hair. Remember?
That's Vader hair.
Vader.
Those
We
are
did
real
get-
pictures, by the way, Nick. Well, the
figured
first
they
one
were.
was. The second one wasn't.
The
The
listeners
first one was
can't
just
see
a
the
picture of
pictures.
Hanson.
Yeah.
Good lord. So we did get our first actual like fan art. So I'll do a quick shout out to, I don't know how you say her name. It's Sokusae. It's Sokusae. And
Let's
it's,
say like
we're not going to
Sokusei.
link it because it's really, it's
Sokusei.
really basic. She just made it. It's like a creeper with the cog pod on it. Just
Yeah.
because she knows I love Minecraft, so she made it for me.
very
but
sweet.
it's cool that we got one, and I appreciate
But yes,
it.
thank you.
And everybody
was
else.
awesome.
should send in fan art because we like fan art,
Yeah.
and we'll post it and we'll like shout out to everybody.
Somebody do animations of our best
I know.
segments.
I want somebody to do
Oh, that'd be
animations
awesome.
of our stuff.
Oh my
We need
god.
an animator.
There's so many good ones.
Any animators out there, we'll pay you nothing, but
We will pay you nothing
We will
but
shock
love.
the shit out of you.
We'll send you
we'll
some.
talk good things about you. And as
Nick will
can
send
tell,
you
we don't
some
talk like
cakes.
Wait, what?
No, I got
Don't promise
that.
stuff.
Actually,
Sorry.
if we can get someone to do like a good,
animation.
awesome animation of like
Their favorite
more than a
skit.
couple minutes, I will send them cakes.
Boom.
That's
Nailed
awesome.
it. So,
Cakes.
okay.
Yeah.
Switching up again. So, Elastic Armadillo sent me a request, not really a question. So, I don't watch anime. You guys know that. So, he
What's in-
wanted me to watch the trailer for Ghost in the Shell, like, not knowing anything about the anime at all, and give my opinion. So,
You're
I
talking about
watched
for the
it.
new live action one, right?
Right. So, I watched it right before the podcast. And it looks beautiful. Like the way the art style is gorgeous, and I love the Asian theme and everything, but I'm not a huge fan of Scarlett Johansson. She's super overrated, so I don't know why they picked her. But anyway,
Oh, she's in that?
yes, she's the main character. I am not a fan of her bodysuit being skin colored because it looks really weird in fight scenes. It looks like she's fighting naked but without nipples or any kind of
That's
vagina.
Japan. Blame Japan.
It's weird. It's really weird. I did like the
That's
song
not
that they
her.
picked in the trailer was one of my favorite songs ever. Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode, but it was like a different version of it. But it looks interesting. I mean, the story is like, I guess she was a human at some point and they turned her into a cyborg or something. At least that's what I got, not knowing anything about the anime. And it looks interesting and it looks pretty. I don't know that I would
Alright.
pay to go see it, but I would see it when it came out.
Yeah. I have never seen it either. You guys have actually seen the anime,
Do you
right?
guys know anything about Ghost in the Shell?
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen like the original stuff, but I mean, like I hear
was
it's
she
staple.
human?
Nick's seen it, right?
I don't.
Yeah, she's a cyborg. She's almost entirely, if not
Was she
entirely
human at
alive.
some point? Because they make it
Yes.
out to be like she was human and then changed.
Yes. Yeah, she
Okay.
was. There was some kind of accident, like a slip. and
Yeah, I
fall or
thought she
I
was
something.
in an
see.
accident or
Okay,
something.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay. What did
She called
Elastic
J.G.
Armadillo
Wentworth,
sent you
got her
something
money.
too, didn't he? What did he send you?
He actually asked about the Drone Racing League, if anybody had seen anything about that. Have you guys ever seen any?
What is that?
I've seen some clips of it. It looks pretty cool.
What kind of drones? Like flying drones?
Yeah, like flying drones.
Oh.
Have you ever
Like-
seen it, Grin?
No, I have
Like,
not.
there was a big hype video about 6 months ago I remember seeing for it, and it's like, this is the sport of the future. And it's like stadiums. There was one of the professional NFL stadiums that was like doing tournaments there for it, and like the World Championships. And they set up courses inside these stadiums, like in the tunnels and stuff, and they have these like light gates that they have to fly through.
Oh, cool.
And it's a race. It's like, and they have like GoPros or cameras on the actual drones. And so the person that's flying them, the pilot, is flying it in like first person through the
cool.
stadium. And it's like, you know, it's a race. It's whoever gets through the course first. And it's
Just,
really cool looking.
Watching it reminded me of that Harry Potter sport.
Quidditch.
Quidditch?
Yes, I was going to say.
Oh, like
Whistle
you're
Poof or
following the
something
ball,
like that.
the flying ball.
Yeah. And
I was just like they were going through rings in the one that I saw on like
yeah, like,
stuff, and that's
ring-
kind of
like
like
light-
that.
yeah, they have basically gates. It's almost like a video game, but it's real life, you know. And
That's funny.
it's pretty cool looking. You guys
does
should check
look
it out.
cool.
They're calling it the sport of the future. Like I said, NFL owners are investing in it and making it a thing.
That would be fun to watch.
And I don't know if we have time today, but we're going to talk about esports at some point also, just kind of in
we could do
general.
that next week as like our main topic.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's kind of blowing up, and
There's a lot of ground to cover with esports,
Yeah.
so we can
Yeah.
save that. Didn't
wanna
Elastic
see-
Armadillo send you something too, Nick?
No,
Oh, I thought
that
he
was
did.
last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where you abandoned us. Remember?
Yeah, my bad.
abandoning.
Sorry,
She doesn't
not sorry.
remember because she wasn't there.
I want to
that's
see
all right.
giant robot fights. Is what I want to see, or regular size robot fights, or little robot
Or
fights.
just any kind of robot
Rock'em
fight.
sock'em robots.
I want to see
Basically.
robots fight, basically.
Didn't
Kind
they?
of like in Big Hero 6.
Yeah, didn't they
They
bring
were
back
little
Robot
fighters.
Wars?
They were mechs, right?
No, I don't want those little rolling ones. I want like
You want like
Robot Wars.
like
for real.
Gundams. You want Gundams?
yeah, like that. Actually, I'd like to see a regular sized robot fight a regular sized human. That would be fun.
Oh god, pretty sure the robot would win.
Wait, Titanfall?
That's just
I guess.
just murder
Yeah.
is what that is.
Yeah, I want to see that, please.
I want us to link, note to self or to Nick, I guess, link on our page for this week the picture that you edited of Grim and I as visually impaired cats, please.
That's just a rare
That's
breed. It's
amazing.
just a coincidence that
I'm
it looks like
upset
you
though
guys.
that I'm upset that you made me the fat one though.
It's just a ginger.
Wow, it
It's
wasn't
a ginger.
based on
Oh,
that.
it's a
I mean,
ginger cat. I get it. Okay, never
Jesus.
mind.
Try Googling like black cat and orange cat pictures and see how many you get that are usable. Not
Is
many.
it the first one?
ginger.
It's like, I don't know what one it is, but there's only like maybe one or two that you could possibly use.
And
So-
I kind of want to link the little video that Dana and William made me where they were
God.
singing in Snapchat filters for my birthday. It was kind of funny, but I may not like that.
I'll put anything on the homepage you want as long as I get a list of it.
Okay.
We can do that.
Do you want to talk about my trial and error with ASMR this week, or do we want to save it?
Sure, go ahead and finish up.
I mean, it's not that long. So, because of Nick's suggestion and my insomnia, I was trying a bunch of different ASMRs, right? So the ones where it's a girl talking was like a little bit too not quite the right pitch to make me feel comfortable. So I couldn't handle the girl doing it. But then like the ones where it's sounds from objects, like crinkling paper or scissors or whatever, there were certain ones that were almost like nails on a chalkboard. So they were the opposite.
Wow.
Like, they hurt me. The crinkling paper actually physically, I had to turn it down because it hurt me. The scissors was good, but I find that the ones that I liked best were, if it's a ephemeral rift. Is that his name? How do you say it?
Ephemeral rift.
Ephemeral rift. He has so many, and he's like plays all these characters, like you were saying. And I like it better when it's just him talking. I find his voice soothing, and it does give me the tingles and all of that. But the problem is, I want to hear the end of the story. So then I stay awake trying to hear the actual story. So I think I need to look for ones that are like just tones or sounds or something, because
Possibly. You have to find the
There's
right
somewhere people
frequency.
ramble about like their day and stuff like that, so there's no
that
story
would probably
to it.
work. But yeah, his stories, like, I want to hear what happens. And so I stay awake listening, and it didn't really work.
I don't know the
It's
ends of
supposed to.
any of them.
I'm sure that you don't. But yeah,
I'm like
his-
3 minutes out.
it's so crazy how many different characters and how detailed he is with it. And it's interesting because the one I listened to first was him explaining even what ASMR is. And I'm like, ooh, I want to hear the science behind it. So I'm like listening intently the whole 45 minutes, and I don't fall asleep because I'm trying to understand why certain sounds make you tingle in certain areas. And like, he was explaining all the science behind it.
You got to learn to stop having thoughts.
I know, I can't. Oh, God, it's so hard.
Yeah, you just need more, I think, ambient ASMR
I do.
sounds.
I need some ambient sounds. But yeah, that was it. Like, I'm still
If
experimenting,
there
and
is
I'll
such a
keep
thing.
trying, but I wanted to kind of,
Yep, there is.
give you my update on where I'm at on that.
I'm glad you tried it. I hope you find something that works.
It was
Insomnia's
weird
the
because some
worst.
of them would have like tingles in my lower back, some tingled in my left leg, some tingled in my neck, but some were tingling in my actual head. And so it was like,
That's called the stroke.
so if you,
Just kidding.
if you have your eyes closed and you're not watching, like the way that they sound, you feel almost like you can feel them right behind you. And so you get that heightened sense of like somebody barely scratching your head.
I'm right behind you.
Yeah, like that, like really, it feels like it. And so it's really cool how the ears are so connected to brain waves and stuff. Like
The ear bone's connected to
Yeah.
the brain waves.
the brain wave. So the
brain
science
stuff.
behind it's pretty cool. Like it makes me want to learn about it rather than even listening to it. But it's interesting anyway. So I just
As
thought I
long
would
as you get
mention it.
something out of it.
Yeah, it was interesting. Anybody have anything else random we wanted to talk about? I think we covered all my random shit I have written down.
You write stuff down?
I always do. Yeah, just in case like I forget something, I want to make sure I cover the stuff and like answer questions that people submitted or whatever.
See,
It's
this is
okay,
why.
That's what I did last week.
Yeah. See,
You kind of have to if you're, if you want to make sure you don't forget an important question. or
Every
segment.
podcast needs like one organized person.
That's me.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Do
that's
they?
you. I think so.
I'm the boring, organized one, and you guys are the entertainment.
You're the
No.
Gus.
No,
I'm
that's
Lewis.
not true.
From the
Yeah.
Yogscast, I'd be Lewis, and he's the boring one. Sorry, Lewis.
She's-
I love
she's
you,
not
but
bitter
you're
enough
You're
to
not
be Gus.
boring.
a little. Except for
Well, I
whenever I
guess-
have something stupid that I say, like whenever I don't know time zones.
I
God, it
feel
took
like
so long for me to understand it.
I recognize Bernie because I'm not out of touch with a lot of stuff that's cool and I don't understand it
Who's
and
Bernie?
say old man
It's
things.
from
From Rooster Teeth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know them at all. I just think about the characters from the Yogscast, and that would be Lewis because he's the organized one. Zips would be,
Organization
like,
isn't boring.
grim. It can be when it's me doing it.
Well, I'm basically saying you're not boring, but if you don't want to
Oh.
accept that, then that's
Thank you.
You're totally boring, Amanda. Jeez.
No, you know what? It is cool to have one girl because then at least it kind of evens it out. Like you got to have a different perspective, or otherwise it'd just be dude talk the whole time.
No, we just need all wieners.
Oh,
Ah.
Lord.
Doug Trio. Woo!
Ew.
fine. Wiener cast.
Anyway, you guys are off the rails now. So anything else? Any other questions that we had? Anything else anybody wants to cover?
Nope.
Can you stop playing
I don't think
Pokemon
so.
long enough to say?
No, I'm good.
I can't. I'm
Yeah.
still playing Pokemon.
Stop
Luke's
it.
been playing it the
Damn it.
whole podcast.
I'm not really playing it. I'm just trying to
Mm.
like farm for this stupid Gyarados
Ghirardelli.
Why
You got
are
to
you,
farm for your
why are you
Ghirardelli.
worrying about it?
because I want one.
So evolve your Magikarp, you lazy fuck.
I don't have a Magikarp, but
Get
it's
one.
It's the little secret. So as soon as you get your fishing rod, little pro tip for you. As soon as you get your
The
fishing
only
rod,
fishing rod.
yeah, you can like fish in little holes and you get a Magikarp, but the Magikarp can call for help, and it can be a Gyarados that comes. Gyarados. I don't know
Yeah,
how to
wait
say
till
it
you fight
before.
your Magbees and it calls a Magmar and you're like, fuck.
Woo! I'll catch that fucker.
No, you won't.
Catch 'em all.
You're gonna get burned.
Believe in yourself.
Literally
Believe in
burned.
yourself.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Is there a Pokemon that looks kind of like Toothless? Is there like a dragon?
There, Dratini probably would be.
I'm just thinking
Ish.
of for the t-shirt. I kind of would like it.
Salandit that I was talking
Yeah,
about
that's
kind
true.
of does.
Salandit.
Or like a kitty cat.
The evolved version of the Salandit. Maybe.
There's a dog.
There's a lot of
I like
cats.
the
I don't want a dog.
I have Litten. I have the cat.
Fuck Litten.
And then Tora cat.
Meowth is the cat.
Meowth.
He's just
Meowth in the new version, actually, the evolved form Persian looks like Garfield.
Oh, that's funny.
It's
No.
so funny.
I want
So
a
the
black
candies
cat
if
or
you
like a
Mozaga.
black dragon.
There are a lot of stuff. There's
I'll
800
link
of
you,
them now.
Amanda.
Okay. That's it then. Are we done?
I think so.
Okay. Everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye. Let's get food.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Let's get food.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.